Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much.
More than 100 of Jeffrey Epstein's associates and contacts could be revealed in the new year as a trove of court documents are set to be released.
New reports say former President Bill Clinton is going to be identified as one of several John Does named in previously redacted documents related to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, and Clinton is not the only big name expected to be released in this. Currently, within the hundreds of pages of sealed court filings related to Epstein, there are more than 150 individuals identified only as John or Jane Does, but the legal masking is about to come off.
Investigative journalist Li Fang wrote yesterday, Epstein sent many rambling emails suggesting projects with Bill Gates.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful.
What? Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic school. Yeah. We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said, this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game. That's why you don't have a Black Book.
But the Black Book, it's not just sitting. I mean, that's Hoover power times 10.
And to me, that's a thing I think President Trump should run on. On day one, roll out the Black Book. And not just that. On day one, roll out all of the text messaging communications we were told were deleted. On day one, play the rest of the video of the pipe bomber. On day, one of the reforms I talk about in government gangsters is you need a central node to be continuously declassifying. This is another thing they do. They overclassify. And I'm telling you, as a former number 2 in the IC, they overclassify 50% of the stuff there to protect the deep state. Oh no, you can't see that. Nothing to see here. Gina was a master at it, of doing it. And we still haven't seen half of the Russiagate report that we wrote. Still under lock and key. On how the ICA was originally constructed. We put 10,000 man-hours against John Brennan's team that did it. And we found out why they came up with their bogus conclusion. But we couldn't sell it to the world because we couldn't talk about it. And the government gangsters came in and buried it. All of these things, there needs to be a continuing central power, whether it's the White House or offsite, that says, every request that comes in, just right out the door as long as...
And one of the creepiest things so far that we have found is the fact that in his Manhattan townhouse, his $56 million Manhattan townhouse, he had an oil painting that people who have been there described as right when you walk in the door, of Bill Clinton lounging in a chair, I guess seductively you would call it, wearing a blue dress and red heels and pointing straight ahead at whoever is looking at the painting. Here it is. I mean, this is the painting. This is a real thing that was found in Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan townhouse.